After the mutiny of PMC Wagner and the death of its head Prigozhin, Redut became the largest private military company in Russia. Redut Security used to unite several hundred mercenaries who mainly guarded commercial facilities in Syria.
There was a moment when Wagner was thrown out of the chain of recruitment of people in the colonies, and PMC Redut appeared in its place. There was a moment when Russians were indignant in social media, writing, "How so? Wagner came and said that we are with it, and then, when we went PMC, it turned out to be Redut." So Redut began to take people who were going to go to Wagner.
As journalists of the investigative projects Sistema and Schema found out, there are at least 20 Russian armed formations in the PMC Redut, which is from 7 to 25,000 mercenaries. One of the units, Battalion Española, willingly signs contracts with women. They are offered to become snipers and stormtroopers.
It is not from a good life that the Russians are forced to enlist women in their combat ranks. Apparently, things are getting worse for men in terms of enlisting for military service as part of mobilization or other projects. Why do Russian women dare to take such a step? It's about money.
In reality, Redut is only disguised as a private military company, investigators say. Rather, it is a secret system of recruitment under the direction of the main directorate of the General Staff of the Armed Forces of Russia. Mercenaries are paid from 110,000 rubles on the training ground to 220,000 in war against Ukraine. This is 3 times the average Russian salary. According to calculations by Project Sistema, it costs Moscow about $1 billion a year to maintain Redut.
A mercenary signs a contract with a non-existent company, is assigned to a virtual or real military unit, and eventually receives money from the Russian Ministry of Defense. It is this mechanism that is called the Redut system, from the research of the Sistema and Schemes projects.
After the investigation was published, the authors asked for comments from the Russian Defense Ministry as well as Putin's press secretary Peskov, but there was no response.
There will be no reaction, so listen, the main task is to recruit people. No one cares how to recruit them. Do whatever you want. Here is a resource for you, just do it. If the payments are not official, it means that they operate with cash. They initially receive it and then they put it into accounts or distribute it in cash. Where the money came from, nobody knows, but there is no doubt that the primary source is the Russian budget.
Units of this PMC are led by the generals who are already under US and EU sanctions. For example, the deputy head of the main directorate of the General Staff of the Armed Forces of Russian Federation, Lieutenant General Vladimir Alexeyev. Soon, Redut itself will fall under EU restrictions. Journalists are convinced. Reported by Anastasia Tarnavska, Nikita Skoblikov, UATV News.